We're here in California, Maryland, in St. Mary's County, where the Lin family have their restaurant and where they live and have lived for over a decade. He's been married to his wife, his U.S. citizen wife, for more than a decade. They have 3 children together. So for non-U.S. citizens to get a green card, one option is obviously to marry a U.S. citizen, and through that process you can get legal status in the United States. As part of that process, there's like a requirement where the couple has to go in to be interviewed by U.S. Immigration, and during that interview they're kind of asking questions about the validity of that marriage. Mr. Lin and his family went to their interview in August of 2018, and immediately after that interview, the interviewing officer asked Mr. Lin to stay behind, his wife to leave the room, and he was escorted to another room where he was handcuffed by ICE officers and brought to the Anne Arundel County Detention Center. There, he was held for about 2.5 months, at which point ICE decided to try and deport him. What the ACLU of Maryland ended up doing was filing a habeas petition and a temporary restraining order to get him out of detention and to be able to stay in this country while he's trying to go through the process of getting a legal green card. Instead, what happened the day after we met with him was that he was put on an airplane and deported back to China. While he was in mid-flight, the judge in the U.S. District Court of Maryland ordered ICE to bring him back. And ultimately, right before the holidays, he was brought back and reunited with his family. It is not appropriate for the U.S. government to be deporting people while they're trying to go through the legal immigration process to get a green card. In fact, it's not just inappropriate, it's illegal. Part of the problem with this is that it's a complete surprise whether ICE is going to arrest you, and immigrants who want to get green cards through their U.S. citizen spouse have to take the risk of going to the office, the immigration office, of getting arrested and put into a jail while they're trying to just get a green card and stay here. While Mr. Lin was sitting in a jail, it was extremely difficult for the family. As you could imagine, having 3 kids, not really knowing what's happening, and when their dad would get out, the kids, even though their dad is back now, are still worried about what is going to happen in the future. They don't know if their dad is going to be taken away from them again. That uncertainty and damage, emotional damage, is done and is still happening. Hopefully what will happen in Mr. Lin's case and any other case that involves similar circumstances is that for those people who are trying to get to get legal status through their U.S. citizen spouse can actually go through that process. The Lin family has worked really hard to get to where they are now and want to do everything that they can to support their kids. We should support families like the Lin family. We shouldn't be separating them. We shouldn't be tearing them apart.